All right. Hello, everybody. Just a very quick video for you today. Uh, I realized that a lot of the links I've been sharing have been dead links and they have not been popping up the way that they were supposed to. So I just wanted to go back and re-record this video very quickly on the outlining process. Very, very simple. There's no real science to this. It's just a matter of you're basically creating a roadmap for yourself for your essay when you do sit down to write your either first or final draft, however you choose to write. It's the process is different for everybody. I just wanted to share a very quick kind of how-to video, just sort of what I'm expecting. um, it's all pretty simple. You're going to be working here in your I use Google Docs for everything these days just because it's the easiest. So in Google Docs, you're going to already be set up for MLA formatting. 12 point times New Roman font, double spaced. Obviously, that's what we've got here. If you're not familiar with that, you need to go back and rewatch the videos that I uploaded previously on MLA formatting. I explained all this. And then you're just going to start in Roman numeral 1, capital I, period, and you give it the space, and the word processing software will auto format to basically show that you are creating an outline here. So very simple, very easy, very straightforward. That's where you're going to type your thesis statement. So in this case, Roman numeral 1, I'm going to go ahead and use that old example I always refer back to of tofu. Tofu is a versatile and nutritious food with a long and storied history and a plethora of uses, something like that, right? Obviously this could be better. Obviously, if I was writing a complete, how do you say, a complete draft or something, I would have an introduction, which might lead me into a better or a more well-developed thesis statement, something like that. Um, Nonetheless, this is what I'm going to go with for now. So we'll just go ahead and leave it there. And then as soon as you hit enter, you'll notice it starts you off at Roman numeral 2. And if you go back and you look at the outlining handouts and documents that I've uploaded, you'll see that each main Roman numeral, each 1, 2, 3, 4, these are going to be your main talking points. So in this case, the first, it depends on how you want to approach this. Oftentimes with the um, second paper, I'll usually start off with the history. And again, you can work in complete sentences. You don't have to. The more well developed your outline is, the easier it will be to write a draft of your essay. That's what I always say. So I always try to work in as complete of sentences as possible. And I don't know the true history of tofu off the top of my head. I would have to go back and look it up. I learned once upon a time when a student wrote this paper, but I can't remember. So in this case, I'm just going to say um, tofu has a long history that stretches back to, I don't know, let's go ahead and say, 1000 BCE, originating in China before making its way to the West. And that is basically all I'm going to say is my topic sentence for that paragraph, right? In this history paragraph. So I can now develop that as much as I'd like to, or as little as I'd like to. So if I hit enter again, then you can tab in and it'll start to create this outline format of 2A, 2B, so on and so forth. So I might say, some scholars have dated the history of tofu all the way back to, I don't know, 1100 BCE, though these dates are often argued or something like that. And then, of course, I may want to cite that. So if I chose to cite that, I would go ahead and include that there. Of course, you want to cite anytime you're using somebody else's information. You want to make sure to include a citation. And then, if I go down one more, obviously then you've got your new letter B. And if you tab in even another one, then you start to get into your numerals. And then you can include more information there according to so and so. The earliest recorded use of tofu occurred in, I don't know, 1078 BCE or something like that. And then, of course, we would want to cite that as well. And then you can go down another level. You can tab in even further if you like, and give more information, more detailed info, however you choose to go about it. Um, And then if you just, I'm sorry, let me show you that part again. If you click enter and you're down here at numeral 2, but you want to say maybe move on to letter B, you just hit return again and it kicks you out to that level of your outline, level B. And then you can hit return again and it'll take you all the way back to your Roman numerals. Then you can start with your, I don't know, maybe your illustration, paragraph. You might want to lay all this out ahead of time. I really don't know. It's totally up to you. But each time that you start down and you want to move in a section, you just hit your tab key. It'll take you in Roman letter A, numeral 1, small letter A, small numeral 1, and so on and so forth. So it's really quite simple once you get started using Google Docs. And again, this is just sort of meant to be your guide, your roadmap to your paper. I don't need this to be ultra thorough. I don't need this to be ultra detailed. It's meant to help you because I view writing as this process where you start with this little idea and then you sort of build on it. And this is sort of like building the framework for what will eventually become your essay. So this is all I'm really looking for with the thesis and outline assignments. If you, like I was saying, the more detail you pour into this thesis and outline, the more you're going to have when it's time to write your draft. So it's ultimately up to you as far as how detailed you want it to be or not detailed you want it to be. That is your call. That is your decision. And so I leave that up to you. Okay. I hope that helped. Please feel free to email me if you have any more questions. And I will see you all in the next video. Thanks, everybody.